Okay, very, very pleased to have the guys from Killswitch engage on Bloodstock TV ahead of this year's awesome headline performance that is due in August. Hello, Jesse. Hello, Mike. How are you guys?
Hi. Great. How are you?
Very, very well. I gotta say, when the news came through that you guys were headlining Bloodstock, it was like, this is going to be amazing. When you guys, when that news came through to you and that was confirmed, I mean, what was the kind of initial feeling within the camp?
Stoked.
Yeah, really, really excited. I mean, some pretty awesome acts going on at Bloodstock. You have Megadeth and In Flames, Meshuggah, Biohazard, Crowbar. I'm really excited. I'm going to be spending the entire day watching bands.
Yeah, I'm with them. And to me, it's like such a legendary festival. I've heard about it, I've read about it, and to finally be a part of it and to headline is incredible. But yeah, I'm with Mike. I'm definitely going to be on foot all day. As long as they don't give us too much press, we're going to be going to watch bands for sure.
It's like, is this the first major headlining UK festival slot for Killswitch?
Wow. I wonder. I know that it is going to be our only UK appearance for that whole run, which is pretty cool that we're just doing that festival. Can you remember anything, Jesse?
Not headlining off the top of my head, no. Yeah, you might be right on that. You might know more than we do.
But this is a could be, well, just I'll have to check my facts again, but it's quite a historical show for the band. Number one, obviously, that you said that it's the only show that you're playing in the UK, but the first major headlining UK open air festival show. So I've got a few questions to ask you about the set list and things that we can expect later on in this interview. But first of all, I have to ask about what's happening with new music, because I was looking at a couple of things that you said, Jesse, back in January, saying that there was demos being thrown around, and you're nodding there, kind of like where are we at with that? I mean, there was a kind of a date of like, we're looking at 2024 for, oh shit, okay. Okay, all right, so it's still a massive work in progress anyway, yeah?
Yeah, it is. I think we made some headway. Definitely some good ideas, some good demos. I'm revisiting some ideas. We had a great little meeting where all of us got together and listened and talked, which is, to me, has been a great process. And I think it's going to make this album a lot different than what we've done in the past, because everyone sort of has their voice. We're taking more time with it. So yeah, it is taking a bit longer, but it gives me hope that the end result will be that much better, because it is taking a little bit of a time to do it. But stoked for sure. There's some bangers on it already.
And like with you say sort of the extra time, would this have come from obviously the kind of this is directed at both of you, obviously the downtime that just about everybody experienced because of the pandemic? I mean, did this allow for just a bit more creative time frames with this process for you guys?
During the pandemic, for me, I kind of wasn't able to do much at all. You'd think that would be the best writing process, to be nervous about your future and not sure what's going to happen next. But I was just locked in some sort of a mode where I couldn't even do graphic design. I for about 6 to 8 months, I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
But I think after that, it definitely seemed to start flowing, especially when we did the live gig at the Palladium, that live stream that we did. That kind of helped make the juices work a little bit more. We learned a lot of songs from Atonement that we actually never played live together before, so that was an experience. And I think that's what kind of jarred us into, okay, let's get this thing moving again,
And it's funny that you mentioned that about Atonement there. I mean, obviously, like, I've spoken to quite a lot of bands that unfortunately, like, no one knew what was going on. You put all your time, your creative energy, finances and everything into launching your next album, and then this happens worldwide. Very little you can do. But does the relationship change with the songs? Because like when you write something or create something, it's sort of that relationship with that entity changes with you over time. But not being able to kind of air these songs in a live setting like you normally would and tour them like you normally would, with previous albums, Does that album feel kind of strange to you now that you didn't get to kind of, tick that box in it and kind of say, right, we've done that, now we're moving on to the next thing?
It is a little odd, and I think, we've been able to do a little bit of that in the States here, playing tours since the pandemic, but I still feel like the album feels different from the rest of the material because we did play every other record for a couple of years back to back. So some of those songs are still fresh. Some of them feel like, for example, Signal Fire, we play that almost every night. That song to me already feels like it's part of our set. It feels really good, but there's still some songs we kind of move in and out from Atonement that, to me, it's exciting because we haven't played them a bunch, but there is a little bit of a, I don't want to say a disconnection, but it definitely feels like they're still new, for sure.
Well, we've been doing some shows recently and pulling out a lot of stuff from out of the closet that we hadn't done in a while, which makes for a very more diverse Killswitch atmosphere. So we're absolutely going to go that route with the European festivals that we're doing. So you're probably going to hear some stuff that you've never heard us play. You're definitely going to hear some stuff that you've heard a lot by us. But we're going to try and mix it up and hopefully pull out some gems that people are stoked on.
Yeah, and I think what we try to do too is try to pull from at least one song off every record has kind of been our fun little legacy thing to do. But like Mike said, sometimes those songs flip around, so it'll be one to remember for sure, and one that I think new fans and old fans will all dig for sure.
There is some news that I was privy to from the Bloodstock team, and I was very excited about it. But it involves the Ram Gallery, which is obviously located right beside the Ronnie James Dio stage in the main arena. So, Mike, do you want to tell us about what's happening?
Well, pretty stoked. You guys offered me an art show at the Ram Gallery. This is my second one I've ever done. And it's really exciting to be able to sift through old artwork. My design company's been around since 1992. So there's a lot of files to go through to get some artwork for this show. But really excited to show some people some different stuff maybe they haven't seen. I've worked on stuff for bands like Sam Blackchurch, Serpentine Dominion, 36 Crazy Fist, Armored Saint, All Our Remains, Crowbar, Shadows Fall, Overcast, Caliban, Unearth. A lot of those things are going to be represented at this art show. Just super, super stoked that you guys asked me. And I'm going to blow it out. But what I'd like to do is throw a bunch of stuff at you, different album covers and shirts and layouts that I've worked throughout the years. Some of the Killswitch stuff that I did was I took some of our vinyl, split it in half, and kind of folded it out so you could see the entire layout, front, back, and inside if it's a gatefold, to really be able to take in the entire thing. It's a bit different than some of the art shows I bet you've seen before.
I got to say that, for me, I'm proud of him because I think he doesn't get the recognition he deserves. When you think of a band like Killswitch, the iconic style that he's brought over the years. I mean, you say the word Killswitch, you see the logo, you see certain artwork, you see the End of Heartache. Like, I'm just proud of this guy. He's been doing this shit for a long time, and respect due to Mike D for his style.
Oh, thanks, Jesse.
Yeah, of course.
That's a lot. That's awesome, man. And obviously, look, congratulations from us as well. I can't personally wait to see it, and I'm sure we'll have you in there at some point on the Friday to walk us around. And
it's extremely exciting. I'm so stoked to be a part of it, and I couldn't think of a better place. So really excited.
Does it sort of blow your mind when all these, you kind of wake up one morning and you're like, oh, holy shit, that album is 20 years old or it's 50 years old? No?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's really hard being in this business and looking backwards because there's so much forward momentum. There's so many things we're looking forward to that if you stop and look backwards, you kind of get lost. So personally, for me, I haven't had time to marvel at some of the crazy shit that's gone on besides doing interviews and talking about stuff that I try to remember.
Yeah, I think that's the right attitude. I think if you want to continue to push forward as a band, which we do, and be relevant and be genuine, you can't be too much of a nostalgia. You can't hold on to that stuff. I think it's dangerous to do that. We're super proud of that stuff, but I like what Mike said. I back that. We're just pushing forward, and
look to the future?
I'm proud of that record, because it is sort of my return, and that record still has like a lot of fire in it, lyrically and actual fire. But yeah, we're just pushing forward, man, trying to continue to write stuff that comes from our soul and our heart, and soul, Mikey, soul. Get it? The lyrics.
Yeah. So look, we're just very, very excited to have you guys as headliners. God, just even thinking about that night, like with In Flames and then Killswitch Engage coming on afterwards, it's going to be fucking crazy. What always gets asked about festival shows and performances is, oh my God, what are they going to have on stage? Is there going to be freaking half pipes and ramps and fire? And so, I mean, I'll just start with the basics. Can we expect pyro? Will there be pyro at Bloodstock for Killswitch Engage? Or can you talk about the stage production? Is that still...
Would sparklers be considered pyro?
Yeah, I think for us, we're going to bring it no matter what. I think between our energy as a live band, of course we'll have some cool stuff going on behind us, but to me, what I look forward to more than anything is that interaction that we get with the audience that comes back and forth. And when you do a headlining slot like this, to me, the sing-alongs are what I look forward to most. Hearing that crowd sing back, man, there's nothing like it.
This must hit you right here.
Oh, it's amazing, yeah.
Over the many years that I've been attending Bloodstock, and I've seen bands that have, they always throw out this kind of fun challenge, Municipal Waste being one, who hold a record for the most crowd surfers that go over the barrier. And there's been other stuff, who can get the biggest circle pit, wall of death, whatever. But I mean, here's your chance if you want to lay down the gauntlet for Bloodstock on the Friday night in the main arena for anyone. If you could set a record for any kind of crowd participation during a particular song, what would you like to do? Would it be get the biggest circle pit going, or the biggest wall of death, or whatever? Is there? I
think I'm gonna surprise people. I've got some ideas. I'll have to discuss it with Adam, but I think we're gonna go a little more creative than that. We're gonna make people really work for it.
Excellent. Well, look at guys. We're absolutely on the edge of our seats. We cannot wait to have you at Bloodstock this coming August on a Friday night, headliners, and all the great bands that are playing on that day, and have you as guests at the festival, and for you to, with the Ram Gallery, with Mike, with your stuff in there, and just with the band set in its own right, is going to be a spectacle that we are all just so excited about. So yeah, we look forward to having you in August, and can't wait for Killswitch Engage to make that historical Bloodstock headline performance. So
really excited, cannot wait.
Excellent. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
One last message, anything you want to say to the Bloodstock punters who are looking forward to Killswitch?
Thank you for giving a shit about us, and we definitely are going to bring it, and we're really excited.
There you go. From the man himself. All right. Well, thanks, guys. I really appreciate your time, and we'll check back in with you at the festival.
Thanks,
I am the one, I am the one that you need. I am the one, I am the one that you need. I am the one. I am the one.